The fishing festival is as old as the history of Kebbi Kingdom. A turning point in its significance regarding the history of Kebbi was however sown in April of 1925. With a simple gesture of friendship, diplomacy and pragmatism between the Prince of the Sultanate of Sokoto and the King of Kebbi Kingdom in the outskirts of a village about 25 kilometers out of Sokoto metropolis. Malam Hassan Dan Muazu, the 16th Sultan of Sokoto, as then the district head of Dange, on that fateful day, he learned from his subjects that Sarkin Kabi Muhammadu Sama, the 28th Emir of Argungu, had set up camp for the night in the outskirts of his district headquarters. He was on his way to Kaduna to attend a Durbar in honor of Prince Edward VIII of the United Kingdom. Despite his knowledge of the ongoing hostility between Sokoto and Kebbi, he decided to visit the Emir and pay his respects. Witnesses to the event recorded that a strong bond of friendship developed between the two leaders after that simple but monumental gesture, which changed the history of relations between their two emirates. Prior to this historic event, the Emirate of Kebbi in Argungu and the Sultanate of Sokoto had been in conflict with each other for over 100 years. In 1931, Malam Hassan Dan Muazu became the 16th Sultan of Sokoto, and in 1934 he decided to visit his friend, the 28th Emir of Argungu. The Emir of Argungu organized a grand reception in honor of his friend, which culminated with the staging of the now centuries-old fishing festival. Emir Muhammadu Sama died shortly after the event. He was succeeded by his first son, Muhammadu Sani, the grandfather of the present Emir. It was recorded that immediately after his coronation, Muhammadu Sani decided to return the visit of the Sultan, which his father unfortunately could not do. During the return visit, both leaders realized that the Sultan's visit and the grand fishing event, where they appeared before all their people in an atmosphere of peace and harmony, played a vital role in dousing tension and reducing the cross-border raids between their neighboring communities. They decided to reenact the festival and widen the invitation list to include other emirs within the caliphate. This gave birth to the modern-day Argungu International Fishing and Cultural Festival, a celebration of peace, friendship, and reconciliation. To date, it has been celebrated over 60 times and was never missed by a Sultan or Sarkin Kabi. Today, the two formerly warring families have become one with intermarriages between them.
It started as a celebration of peace and cooperation after about 130 years of warfare. A very pragmatic Sultan of Sokoto Hassan Damuazu decided to break the ice and come to Argungu, on a peace visit to a friend of his who was Emir of Argungu when he was a prince and district head in Dengue. What we wanted to understand was Sultan Hassan Damuazu was a man, who was very pious. He was very pious, and same also as Surame Gungu Muhammad Sama. These are very learned people in Islamic scripture. These are people who were, very decent.
Our nation continues to gain from the magnanimity and foresight of its founding fathers. In 1970, the festival was used to build a bridge of reconciliation between the northern and southern part of Nigeria by the federal government of Nigeria after the Civil War. The festival was also showcased as a side attraction by the federal government in 1977 during the second All-African Festival of Arts and Culture, FESTAC. Today, it continues to be a platform from which the cultural heritage of not only the Kabawa, but the entire nation and neighboring African nations are beamed to the world. A melting pot where tradition and culture foster understanding and wipe out hostilities and suspicion.